What is up, you beautiful people? Welcome back. It's time. Time for what? Time for another This Week in Stacks episode. This week we have a bunch going on. There's some news from Ryder, who is making a watch that you've seen. Some CityCoins news. Some Megapont news. Obviously there was the Stacks upgrade. SIP 12. And a bunch of other stuff. Some Bitcoin Badgers news, Fiat On-Ramp for the Hiro Wallet. So, without further ado, I'm your host, Jake. You'll see me around as Jake Blockchain. And just to kick things off, Ryder, which is the group that has Marvin and Lewis and a talented group of others building a watch that connects between I believe it's the watch, your phone, and the Stax blockchain to send and receive tokens or NFTs. And they released their Q3 update, kind of showing you what they were working on in the past 3 months and what they're working on going forward. And the gist of it, I might butcher some of this. There's going to be links below on all this stuff. But they spent a good chunk of this just making sure they got their core audience right. So they want to make sure that they're using this tool as a way to onboard, the next 100 million crypto people, or people that we would miss otherwise that aren't going to be crypto native or crypto curious, but they might if there's something interesting and it's super user friendly. So they went super deep on trying to understand their customer, and they also showcased some new use cases and some designs, some graphics on how these things might work, on sharing an NFT to a friend, these kind of things. Recommend you check out that blog post. Next up, this one was big. All the apes are going crazy, but Megapont released their newsletter number 3, which is the last one of the year, and there was a ton in this one. It seems like every time they release a newsletter, it's only been 2 weeks, but it feels like it's been a year because they're just working at blistering speed. But the first thing they announced is the Megapont Fund, which is their kind of, think of it like a Stacks Accelerator. So you have the Stacks Accelerator, you have the Stacks Grants Program, and they fund developers trying to build cool shit on Stacks. And Megapont is using some of the funds they've gotten from their community and from their project to develop or fund developers that want to build cool stuff that you can use. And you don't need to own an ape to participate. You just got to have a dope idea and bring it to them. So, they should be launching around the end of the year, early turn of the year. But, that's a pretty cool... It's so cool to see things like NFTs and, JPEGs, as people like to make fun of them, unlock all this use cases and, actually bring together people and let them build. I don't know. It's wild. It's crazy to see. I love it. What else? They are announcing that they're making the Megapont, all collections going forward are going to be public domain. And so what that means is you can take anything you want from their art and remix it any way you want or not and sell it however you want. You can just pretty much take their images and try and resell them if that was your prerogative. Also, Robot Factory launching in a week as of this video dropping, so all the apes are going to go nuts. And then there's the Mega DAO, which is their voting mechanism / community organization, which I think will be launching at the early next year. January, I think, is where it's slated. So that's pretty tight. Megapont's moving quick. Next up on the list, there was the first Stax sponsored transaction that hit the blockchain. I saw it from Asteria's Twitter, but basically what this is if you want to sell something, you can pay the fee yourself. So when someone goes to mint a NFT, you can pay their fee for them, and it shows up as free in their wallet, and they'll just pay the 20 stacks to mint, and then you eat the fee, whatever it's going to be. And this could be a nice use case for opening up more products and services where the product provider can offer a very streamlined service for the person purchasing. So, yeah, pretty cool. Interesting to see that come about. Opens up more use cases. SIP12. We all have been using it now. The network is working so much better. Fees have gone way down. So it's just good news all around. It went on, upgraded without a hitch. It's almost too good to be true how smooth it seemed like it went, but no one's complaining. So yeah, 2.05 upgrade is officially out and in the books. Now we're just waiting for 2.1, which from what I hear unlocks a whole new slew of things around what Clarity can do. So that's pretty cool. All right, next up, CityCoins. There's a ton of news in CityCoins. The Stacks Accelerator is launching a CityCoins track. So if you want to build use cases and expand the ecosystem around CityCoins that are currently launched or just in general, they are willing to fund business ideas around that. So, highly recommend if you're bullish on CityCoins and you're a developer, hit the link below and get your ass in there because we need you. Also, and this just posted a couple hours ago, but Patrick posted something on GitHub for trying to work through some potential ways that CityCoins can get launched in the future. And the way that it's currently being ran is, there's a hype cycle. A city gets launched. Hopefully you have this perfect tie-in between community and city leadership. That doesn't always happen, and so he's throwing out some other ideas and wants to bring the community in to explore other options. And one of the cool ones that he labels in this GitHub post is launching or activating a bunch of cities at once, like say 30 at once, and then as people start mining, 100% of the rewards go to the city's wallet. So let's say it's Portland coin, where I'm at right now. People are mining Portland coin, and if they win a block, they get their Portland coin. Hey, hooray. And the money goes to the Portland coin wallet. If Portland leadership doesn't claim that wallet in a certain amount of time, or doesn't, retweet a certain tweet that activates and lets them claim the wallet, then the miners could get their stacks back. So maybe after 2 or 3 months of mining, if it's just dead silence, then the miners would get the Portland coin they've been mining and their stacks back. And so there's different game theory and mechanisms that can be used to try and incentivize local governments and the open market and miners. All these different ways to try and see if we can make this system work. It's interesting. I just read it, and I'm working through it in my head. So even on this podcast right here, you're catching me very early on. But again, check the link in the description. I would highly recommend you check that out. I want to hear your thoughts, whether you're in the CityCoins Discord or on that link, because by now I will have replied. But yeah, I'm curious. We gotta get the community more involved in how we're going to launch new cities and the longer term path forward for making this, I don't even know, sustainable, properly decentralized, incentivizing for the citizens on the ground. There's tons of questions that we have to solve for, and a lot of us are kind of in a holding pattern, myself included, of just waiting for a new city to launch and then mining the heck out of it with our group and letting devs kind of slowly do their thing. Luckily we have this new accelerator, but I think we can do more. So yeah, that's my call to action. I'll be in there with you. So let's figure some shit out. Next up, Stacker Chats. Gina's always on her stuff, and she had 2 videos come out this week. One with Munib, where they're talking about Bitcoin builders versus Bitcoin maximalism, and who is better for the culture overall of Bitcoin and crypto. I think where Munib stands, where we stand. But it's a good video to go into some of the nuance and how Munib thinks about it. Other video she dropped was with a team that I've actually never heard of until this video, but Sophie and Hassan, But Sophie and Hassan are the co-founders of Superfandom, and they're building a platform for experiential NFTs. So the examples they gave in the Stacker chat was like, there's celebrities that they're not just actors. Maybe they're a world-class pilot or a great chef. And on their platform, they have these celebrities that will let you experience, whatever they're putting up as NFTs. So it could be like the guy from Home Improvement is going to cook you a 5-course meal, something like that. So they're launching this month, I think, pretty soon. And there's some faces on there that you'll probably recognize from shows that you've seen, from Home Improvement, The Office, as well as others. So that's pretty cool. I dropped an interview with the founders of TrueBit. These are 3 guys that went through the Clarity Universe Cohort 1, and they're trying to change the relationship between the platforms we use and how we exchange our data. So they're trying to make a marketplace where you can transact and gain some of your data back. Interesting idea. And those dudes, it was a great conversation. So check that out for sure. Last couple things I got is Bitcoin badgers. These super cute badgers that you can see. NFT project launched about a month ago. Miami-based team launched it with Stax minting or Miami coin minting. They released the next phase of their release, where if you hold 2 Bitcoin badgers, you can have them come together and make a baby badger. And so they showed a little bit of the dashboard of what it's going to look like, and it's pretty cool. Basically, you'll put 2 badgers in, and then you get to choose a few of the features that you love of the other badger, and then the other person does it for the other person. So it's like, I love their eyes, and I love their lips, and I love that weird pimple. And that you do that for both sides, and then it takes the ones that you chose and makes a Bitcoin badger baby. So pretty cool. Megapont doing the robot factory, and the badgers doing this kind of like baby making factory. Things are getting more and more fun with not just buying a JPEG and holding it and flipping it, but you can actually do some cool shit. So that's pretty cool. And last but not least, 2 things. Last 2 things, we got a Fiat On-Ramp for the Hiro Wallet, which has been sorely needed. Unfortunately, you still can't buy with USD in the US. You just can't with the service they're using, but I heard it's coming very soon. But you can buy with British Pound and a bunch of other ones. So super useful. This is going to make it way easier to not have to go to an exchange like OkCoin to buy some stacks. And then just to finish it off, we're going to talk CityCoin wallets. Miami, the city of Miami wallet is at just over 20 million with the current stacks price. I think it's dipped a little bit. And New York coin is at 22.5 million. So yeah, that's my video. My phone is saying I'm at 14 minutes 30 seconds, so I've been talking your ear off longer than my 10-minute ideal mark. But yeah, that's it. Check all the description links. There's a ton going on. This was a week. This was just 1 week. There's so much going on in Stacks right now. It's insane. So just remember that I love you, and we're going to make it. Buy Stacks. Oh! CrashPunks launched. How did I miss that? CrashPunks went crazy. They have a huge collection, and they minted out pretty much in a day. I got my 8. I hope you got yours. Shout out to Trevor, Grace, the entire team. Amped about that release. Now we're officially done. I'll see y'all next week. I love you. Goodbye.
Welcome to Built on Bitcoin.
I know that things don't always go your way, but I'll be right here waiting. I've been waiting now. I've been trying to figure out a way to make it out, cause I don't think about